Good afternoon, folks. It's 12:47 on the 30th day, 5th month, 2023. Apologize for the delay, but I'm doing some wiring work here to get things rolling. And the picture that's showing right here is going to be some areas of Perth showing some incredibly high totals. And I call this whole area Perth. This coastline here is looking over 10 centimeters. And even inland, these greens here, there's not a little bit of water for these neighborhoods here that have already had conditions that got these creeks flowing already. And on this area here, kind of near where I'm pointing, seems to be an area that in the past here has been getting a lot of geoengineered flooding attention. And near the port of Fremantle, won't be surprised if they don't try to sell you a flood barrier or something over there to protect your inland areas. It's big money for the corporation. As I zoom back and look at the fives, your event is fairly eminent as they're moving a system across your country. All right, as I go over here and do you a quick look at today, this should already be loaded. You'll see you got a lot of thunder boomers there working their way inland and from the southern Indian Oceans down there and scattering a lot of moisture. Have there been beams? We've had some huge beams across the planet. And you see, and as she comes inland, you got a circulation that's moving across. If I put the pressure in, you'll see the bubble of why that tropical air is descended down. And with it, it pulled all the dynamics of that tropical flow. Because there's the sea level pressure 14s, and right here on the 16, that bubble goes deep. And it's a deep trough of moisture. It's warm. And the air mixture of those two combined with the chem has created a fairly volatile situation for you guys. There's some vast temperature differences that you'll see up like here. Bzzzt. Come on. Come on. 23 degrees. And you get down here, you get some coldness is going on. I don't want that weather station. Come on. You'll bear with me. I'm just having got a lot of glare in my glasses and I need a new prescription. But a desk cap is first. I can only stand with this mouse so long. Very cool temperatures starting to affect this area here, which is going to do some fuelings of your storms. Right, this is the recipe, even natural conditions here, is a recipe for disastrousnesses, and so you'll expect that to now be occurring. So let's get back to Perth here. This area down in the corner is they're moving something across. I want a little more detail here, because it's going to begin to affect this area here fairly quickly. And as it comes across, it should spit a proper lull into the bite itself right about now. The drag of the land usually does this almost naturally, and that should form into a fairly organized low pressure system with all the thunderizations and conditions that go with it. And when you start adding the chem as we go in toward Friday here, you're getting into a bad weekend. As looks like this system here is going to push a nudge on that. It's going to have a cold air wake. Actually, is a little bit colder coming in front of it. And wind directions on this one here are actually coming this way, and this one's going this way. And so what happens then? She spits. This goes inland. Those two should nearly dominate, and then make a corridor here. And if a beam is like I've been seeing stays on through here straight across and out this way, no flow can come across. It has to go inland. The natural tendency of this low would normally, through the effects of the winds, have a suction right here through Bass Strait. But because of the beams that have been shown to me and that has been showing up on radar, it might even be on now. The National Loopy might show it down here. Been seeing beams firing up. Nothing currently obvious here now. But last night it was on. There was a beam shooting up coast. So that would have had an effect to stop the flow. Even now, you see the clouds dying out as it gets there. So the path of least resistance is through the land itself. So which one am I on? Let's get rid of some of it. Bandwidth can only take so much. But while we're running, give me a quality check. How's the image look? Well, we are running, so somebody type a comment. How's the image look? I'll look back in a minute. See, you guys go full involved over there in New Zealand coming on Sunday. And as this other system makes its way across, it's going to deposit another batch. And this is also packing a big wallop. It took that about 4 days to get from Africa to you. And a beam that popped some stuff down from South America has come up underneath this. And is also helping to fuel the dynamics of this low. Oh my, steam's right on in. She should rock the coast because Esperance will come on. Esperance comes on, pushes it along. So that's why I'm looking for the glitches. So expect that radar to go offline at about this time. Yeah, because it's going to be doing a move. Has to happen. And then I'm not sure. This is at 7 o'clock my time, or 6 o'clock my time on very early in the morning. So that'll be about 8 o'clock at night. You're on Wednesday. I'll be expecting Esperance to either go offline for some kind of repairs or be beaming. Absolutely beaming. As we get to the rest of the week, you get in another batch spitting off and coming through New South Wales. And the totals I'm going to show you now, you will expect to rise. You got about 4 more days to prepare for the inundations. I'm going to now go over here and breeze through New Zealand a bit. And you guys are fucked. You guys are absolutely getting the brunt of a tropical one from Australia and that Arctic one that's coming up, influencing your south. And so you're going to have to watch this. I'm going to turn some of the pressures off. Keep the drama down. Don't get your ease dissed, but there's not going to be very many dry places on the next event that happens after the fives. Right, is you've got some big action coming, New Zealand. You're going to take it very seriously. Or you don't. It's up to you. You got to decide. I ain't your mama. I'm not the nanny state. It tells you what to do. I'm just going to give you the forecast of what is coming. And this is, I'm not going to agree with these totals or the full path of this. Right, as we get closer to the date, the CAM and the EMF will nail this absolutely down. And you do have some big beams that are going to do some basic determinants for how this flow is going to go now. And I can show you the short-term ones. But this big blast that's occurred out in the Atlantic Ocean, it's gone over most of the planet, is going to have a huge effect on putting a reverberation through the river of moisture and continue the mantle as it's been rocking lately. And the timing of EMF blasts is like swinging a swing when the kid's in it. If you push them at just the right point, you can increase with very little effort how high the swing goes. And well, reverberation and EMF waveforms. Now here's where the fuckery is. Yeah, how many days? Did I get it right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, New Zealand. 5 days from now. You're looking Sunday afternoon. You're going to get clobbered. Yeah, some of it's going to be snow. And for the fjord lands and stuff with wintry mix, you're going to, so, what was wet is going to be worse because you're going to have ice involved. So watch yourself on your motorcycle. If you ain't got tires at the end of the roads, which are already in shit shape anyhow, right? Don't be out there. You're going to make decisions ahead of time, and you're going to have a big, big day coming Monday, my time, through Tuesday afternoon, your time. And the Wakatani is frickated. Yeah, it's one of the best places to be. It would be near the Hawke's Bay area, actually, as far as totals of being less. When you start seeing stuff like this on a 10, you see the clobbering coming down from up here. Now, this is a concern of mine. As they've turned this tendril, then this pressure is going to be relevant. These two are going to dance. They are. The tendency of this here, with that being a 998 and that being a 993, is for this to want to be toward this one. The pressure would equalize. However, wind direction is going to play a huge part in this.
This should swallow this storm. But the dynamics of the low is going to cause a drag. It's going to cause a brief movement up through here. If we get a wind flow too high coming down this coast and no beam on, it's going to suck this right through. It's going to bring it right across the center, and that's going to be a deadly day. And this is a very, very worried about this one. Because your streams are already swollen, and another direct hit on the fucking tiny region over here, with totals falling every how many hours of this is a deadly situation that's unfolding right now. If this storm sat there for 3 hours, you would get 3 centimeters of rain in 3 hours. I mean, you might only pause over there your house for 15 minutes. It's still a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. This is going to be a bit of a quick moving over event, and the backside of this storm is going to put the earthquake risk off the charts for you on the 9th of next month on a Friday. And so I'll be watching for it. Oh my, that's a complicated flow. The wind's has to be roaring. Absolutely roaring through Cook Strait. Look at that, 40 miles an hour winds, man. That's a high category gale, that. Don't get caught in your wakas out there. You're going to be wrecking waka. Yeah, some of the best places to be here is actually in these islands out here. You find lots of coves and good sanctuary for your boats. And bait fish should be getting hemmed up along here, so drag your nets and have yourself some good eats. That's right, I gotta point that out. You like surfing? We'll get over here. Oh, you might as well need some freedom along this road, huh? New railroad, anyone? Smarting things right on that. We'll know where everybody goes. The super highway between here and here must be wanted. Deepwater Port off Kaikoura has been wanted a long time. That's where the wind turns direction here. She's got to drop a shitload of rain. Has to. Because it'll squeeze the flow together, bumps the small condensates together, so the droplets will get big enough to fall. And whether they fall as a wintry mix or not, God, that's going to be a windy day. You guys watch out, man. You don't have your umbrellas up out there. Bring your stuff in. Watch your pets. There comes a time where you're going to have to open up your pasture lands, people, to make sure the animals can move freely. Sometimes we must react our own selves. Sometimes you have to let dams out early. But when they're already full, there's nothing to let out anymore because you already had them open. This is a wicked day. Watch the winds when you're traveling along that coast road there coming on that. It looks like Friday your time. This is rain totals right there. Again, if that parked over that spot, and this is a long stretch, they're taking a lot of runoff. And all this stuff here is running that way. You guys are getting flooded. And expect these totals to well rise. They're not being honest with these totals even now. Ouch. Okay? Ouch. 18 centimeters. You could expect more like 20. I call bullshit on this total here. This should be like 23. 23 centimeters on the 10s. Why? No. Yeah, that's about right. You know, when you're going from 44 up in the higher places and over down here from the nothings, as I call that, it's the nothings, to the somethings, you're got to have a big event. Again and again. The thumb cops it again and again. The volcano region over here, these poor people of Tarangi, Bukaki Bay, Pukawa. You got Pukawa, and you got some Omari, or however you pronounce the calamari, without the sauce. Oh my, soggy season. I can't even hardly joke about this. I was dreading coming in here to tell you this. That's what that big break was involved in. Me moving wires around. I'm going to look, see how the feedback is on the feed. It's good to have wet feet. Yeah, you're going to have, the pick is all good. Can you see the type clearly? This is going to be huge. Well, now that I'm on this here, I'm going to show you a great big bzzzt. Bzzzt, 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 bzzzt. Watch the fryer's in. The fryer comes in. Look at this blast. Hey, Greenland, frying this much? Here's some devices up here. They've been trying to melt polar ice for a long time. It's well been a goal. Hey, but the beam stops here. And there's a sweat that comes from somewhere here in Antarctica up towards it. Up towards it. That's a big blast, folks. That is a radar sweep. And that one there is a tall tale telling you there's another device on. You got a ship. Out at sea. See? You got a ship out at sea. It's blasting your ass, blasting your ass, blasting your ass. Say, grassy is, they're blasting your ass. It might have had an effect there to straighten that edge out there, huh? Mighty blasty there. But you know, when it comes to geoengineering and playing with their toys, I see it going on all the time. And their toys are not very much fun for the rest of the animals to play with. Not at all. I'm going to now switch domains here. I'm going to come down to the Australia, Fiji, and I'm going to really give this thing a test. It's testicle, eat your vegetables. You better eat natural vegetables. But it can contaminate your vegetables. Now you eat vegetable. Ow! Boom, 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 boom. Hey, Fiji, you gonna quake? Watch this lane. Oh, right at him. There's been 3 big blasts. Let's have a look. Whammo. Interference pattern here. Timestamp 30. That was the last feed. It's on here again, emanating from that point. And a ship was seen. It was coming into New Zealand. It's very capable of such frayings, and I'm not going to put it out right now. But a friend of mine, if you'd like to post that as a comment, I would welcome it. See, Westland's on. That's next red. Look at lighten up. Oz is lighting up. Comes right through the traffic. There's been a lot of 5-point quakes through here along this beam swat line. A lot of them right along this line. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm watching. It's still on. The beam is on. The beam is on. The call is on. It's in that toxic meat you eat. Ooh, ooh, mRNA much. Mr. Now Pass. See the beam? Bzzz, getting fried, straight style. You're the shrimp, but it's not a Barbie. The microwave is on, and that sweep is coming from Alice. Oh, Alice. Yeah. See the dot? See the circle nucleation? See what it did? Manipulating the weather. What a bunch of manipulations. Back on again. You got a ship. See the V? Point right at it. Takes a lot of things there to make a storm. And then we turn it on and nucleate it all at once. Whammo! Have it. Nice big square of energy. Is it showing up on set view? It ought to be. Big squares of energy. What we got going on here? Alice Springs has been bombed. Details at the never. They ain't telling you about this on the news. They won't even take out litmus paper, prove acid rain like we can so easily. A 3-year-old could do it and say, look, I held the paper outside in the tweezers, and so I didn't get my fingers at him and change the acid reading. Look at the square farms. Look at the line. Look at the microwaves here. Look at the standing waveforms. I'm going to roll it. That cloud ain't moving with the rest of them. There's a wave moving up and down in place over this spot caused by microwaves. Pins the flow. That stuff ain't making it across here the same. Well, it's dizzying almost. Wow. Look at the microwaves come through here. Down the low deck. The pulse came across. Whoosh, hit a curve. And wiped all those out. Scattered the moisture. Suspending the droplets, moving in a bomb formation, circling over Alice Springs. Easy to see in fast motion. How you doing over there, Perth? Frying skies much? My, that breeze is moving fast. From there to there in a 4-hour period of time. Let's keep on trucking. You'd get a speeding ticket doing that, but not in the sky. Get the Southern Cross. Let's have a look at the bombs. There's a field of bombs right here to the north of Perth, circling like that, looking like a scrotation. I'm going to turn off these names. We'll see a little clearer. We can see clear again once the bombs get gone. See the square right here? Do 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 do. There's just political corporate obstacles in our way. The bomb right there. Boom, 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 boom. Tenderling. Ain't just microwaves. You gotta have the chemical catalyst to help propagate the waveform. There's a big 6 down there. Somebody doing a circle jerk in the sky. The riders making storms, boom, ba boom, boom, boom. Riders making storms, boom, ba boom, boom, boom. I wish they were never born. The riders that make storms, boom, ba boom, boom, boom. They're making toxic skies everywhere they fly. They've got no love for man. Do, 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 do. We need to take 'em by the hand and guide the hangman's hand. Well, I just love man. Look at the spewings over here. Going across the Adelaide area. Look at this bomb field here. Just go out, boom. Big square. Now you don't see it. 10 minutes later, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Boom, there it is. It is over here doing it. Doing it and doing it. And then there's the smell. Boom, big bomb going off over there. 10 a.m. my time. 3 hours ago. That'd be a reflection probably off a river right here. No, it's chemtrail. Chemtrail. If it's a chemical catalyst, and if it's leaving a trail in the sky, whatever it's ice particles or smoke or cloud, it is a trail of something that's visible, and it's a chemical. So therefore, it is a chemical trail. And if the acid readings are in the 6s, very low 6s, there's certain things ain't going to grow no more. Certain things ain't going to be born no more. You'll start losing the small things in the ponds, and that the big things eat. Look at that swastika. They got no love of man. They got no empathy doing something like this. That's not what humane beings do. This is not human beings being humane. We've got Dolly's mustache out here. Hi. These guys are so surreal. So as the acid don't make all our watches melt. Look at the bomb clusters here. You can go over to New Zealand. It's no better. And this is streaming over you. Everything over here is coming over the top of you. That's definitely going to fall out over you. It's coming in the ocean. And as this storm comes down, it's being ganked by the Frying Pine Island out here. Mr. Blaster. If that island sank in the ocean, I would not shed a tear. And knowing that the EMF devices have gone on. What's they done over here to Fiji? Bombs over here coming across. Look at Labassa is the name of that island. Look at the bomb. That's the chem bombs going across. And go back. Bombed again. That's not Fiji love. That's disrespect. It's disrespecting the spirits of these islands. Disrespecting this coral reef. It's not giving happy bubbles at all to any of the creatures bubbling out there. Big waveform standing in place. That cloud ain't moved with the wind like everything else. And this is direct manipulation of the entire river of moisture. Popped it down on top of you. Popped this whole river right down on top of you. Now with that beam going up here through Fiji like I showed you. Was it right here at the end? You see that line? It goes right through. We'll pick it up again. See, the big line. It comes right through the river of moisture. Well, everything moving in that direction is going to stop, more or less, along that line. Some will seep over and it'll begin to turn. And when that meets one that way, that meets a line, and it sweeps them together, it forces them down. And right now they're forcing a whole bunch of them down. I'm jumping back in 3 hour jumps there. That's right there is back in the river this way down. They forced a huge amount over to the Philippines, and those poor people there are about to have the hand of God pour a bucket of water down the top. Here, have a glass for your ass. It's not very kind for the peaceful people of those nations. And I'm watching Fiji have a bad time. Look at that beam right there. I'm going to jump back 3 so the screen's going to move. It's a radar beam. Getting fried Fiji style. And you do have this terrible totals coming. I went through that. Now I'm going to show you the dangers for today. Most of the radar action today was Hobart down in here. I mean, what's this one called? Oh, it's moved now. And so let's give the test. Oh, yeah, it's streaming nice. It's got flow to it again. Right, I think I might have cabled up enough cables. Now, if you guys would like to help me get a desk so I could rest my arm on something using a mouse, that'd be great because I'm getting sore. So I'm not sure how much more I'll be able to do. Oh, I bet a big bullet. It's gonna cut into my grocery money because I've already bought it. Yeah, I said you want to help me, that'd be great. But I made sure I made a decision. That's right. Oh my gosh, there's some heavy totals every hour there. These are hourly totals. It's about a half a centimeter an hour that this one's dumping in here near boy, you know, and a capable cable. Capel, you could posh it up. Hey, Donnie Burke, I've heard your name before. You need a new interchange over here as the Preston River's going to be to Saggy Bottom. Watch these totals that are coming over here. It's not pleasantness is coming your way. I know somebody who lives over here, so they're going to need to see this. Hey, not pleasant. Yeah, seeing 7 to 8 centimeters coming. Not pleasant to see these areas getting close to 15. I told you don't believe these totals. You're expecting about 15 there too. Because when they're moving it's a Chris, I already know what's in that tundra, right? Okay, so watch this space. And when the Esperance turns on to turn that storm down and around and fold it, that's when all that total's going to happen. You're going to be about 15 to 20 centimeters hitting these creeks. And all this that's been running in front of it has swollen the streams. A lot of this is coming very soon on the 5s as they move that over. See that? 3, 2. Get in your arcs. What more can you say? The geoengineers are coming your way. They've mapped the land via crazy patterns from the sky, made a secret handshake with some unknown guy. And then it's you that's drinking the cream of some young guy. Welcome to backdoor politics, when a corporation is a dead thing and it has the name of your country on it or a political party, then you're voting a corpse in and you can expect the zombie politics that goes with it. That total is disgustingly off. Okay, take this total north. They're saying 20 centimeters. I had a graph yesterday showing the total here. 15 centimeters along this line on the 10s. So I am not believing this statistic at all. You got time to prepare for this. Don't make no holiday plans for over here. Oh my God. See it? You liking geoengineering? You loving your Paris Accords? Are you loving having your sunlight controlled by a corpus? I don't. Let's really give this a test. I'm testing the signal now. Shortening the cables is going to be a huge next step. Yeah, it cost me 70 pounds to get a TP-Link signal booster. There's always something. Now I'm going to get a desk because my shoulder hurts. Oh, that's a desk chair. Yeah, I got to get a chair. I'm not going to get one that's been all assed up by somebody. Nah. Only ass going to be on my... Oh, isn't that beautiful? I'm looking for the wrong thing. I nearly could have pulled up a picture. I want asshole worldview. Where you at? All right, let's see how blurry they've done me. This is a big test for bandwidth now. The other biggest test I could give would be the load Imaginarium, and I'll do that later today. Okay, let's see what they've got here. Straight line, straight across. Right, that's the line from that beam. Lots of microwaves and bombs. Chemtrails through here. Chemtrail, chemtrail. Right, I'm going to go do a check. Feedback check. And add this to the unplanned power outages. Well, no, they're not unplanned. If they have power outages causing an inconvenience, it makes you want to pay for the new power station, the bonds. I also see they want a lot of electric stuff that our grid can't handle. So you will go without power while Elon Musk and other people's battery-operated sales things are allowed to continue. And the monitoring of people with the super grid of monitoring that Agenda 2030 wants is going to use a lot of electrics. And so you're going to go without. So they're selling a lot of these plants that use hydrogen and stuff that they can split off water and things like that. But at the end of the day, Tesla gave us free energy. Wardenclyffe Towers and other devices that you can go out and flick your finger once a day and get a wheel spinning and you got your power. Or go on, but it's chosen not to happen that. Well, Google, I am worried about you guys because of this water here. I'm going to be continually watching this situation unfold because there's 5 days for them to get honest and tell the northern rivers you're fucked. They're not telling you. They're not being honest. They're not wanting you to see some things, do they? Well, I'll show you what's out there. The truth don't care what Robert Deutsch's opinion is. It just is. The truth serves no one. Don't that look like a face? Eye, nose, mouth. This is the face of geoengineering stealing your sunshine. This is the biggest fireworks show that nobody's invited to, but everybody has to watch. You have to breathe it. Oh no. See the casket? It's not a natural formation. Circle, 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 bomb, bomb, bomb. Somebody got well paid to do this. There's a bomb there. Boom, 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 boom. Blowing a hole out in the cloud with his shockwave. Curvy, loopy, Cambrammy looking SpongeBobby hydrolytic nastiness is bullshit weather again. Out over the ocean. This is falling out, stealing your sunrise. It's not natural. Something did this on purpose. This is geoengineering a storm. We go out here in the middle of the Tasman Sea, and the Tasmaniacs have been at it again. Oh, you people with your anonymous mags, with your flying your V for victory here. Well, you look in the sky. You can't disguise these lies. These bomb formations that are very predictable in their deployments and what they do. Very predictable. There's been a big circle area of energy right here. Bzzz. Could be a laser from space. Could be a device on Friar Island. Out there. Bird and tree. Bird and pine. You take a whole switch to them people out there doing that. But when a D-Wave computer can control the weather modification algorithms of the planet and where things get deployed, ... You'll start to see that there's a lot of things going on here that are just not the old Cirrus cloud. And people don't take it seriously enough while the smiley, gritty mustache Sanchez is going on right in front of your eyes. Dirty Sanchez, guys. So we go over here toward that Richmond Nelson. You guys get fried on up. Like I'm doing much for you. Look at all these streamers going to Chris. Let's have a look at Cook Strait here. See the bomb? See the chem bomb right here? New Zealand, you see it? Your weather is not only on, it's being litigated. And somebody's making a ton off this. Get the Chris there. It's like a Windows logo. Or it's a domino. And whose bones are getting slapped on the table? Not the people doing it, unfortunately. You know, the big bus of geoengineering may throw a passenger off once in a while. But the bus never throws itself under itself. Look at the face here. Oh, she's protecting the island and not singing this song that caused the storm. A little bit of editing out there. A little blurriness beginning to occur. What will we learn at the end of the day if we erase all that we did that was wrong, that we corrected ourselves for? Well, we never, ever, ever, ever learn the lesson that you don't play God. Or God shows up. Chem bomb formation off in the Tasman Sea over here. Winds are blowing it over the top of New Zealand. You know, this is terrible. Let's go over here and look near Perth of what's going on here. I'll give you a couple of place labels for a moment. I know we're near Esperance and all that's here. It's been nothing but an absolute toxiflyer show. It's going to be leading to some terrible totals for the nation of Australia over the coming 14 days. Well, in New Zealand, you got another batch behind what I showed you. So in about 4 days, you can expect your totals to really be honest. Even 3 days from now, you're going to see the totals up there going to be easily 30 centimeters in some spots. Because I see what the move is, and I watch what beams moved over Antarctica and out the other side. Very predictably. Look at all these streamers across the center of Australia. What a shame. How many directions of the winds you got going here? All I see is we need the winds to change. And I want those winds to be toxin-free. And I want our rivers to run sweet again. And our trees to have bark that dries out. It's not all feeling like algae rock. Yeah, it's not cool. See it? That's an interesting feature. We're going to look at that. Look at this Kanban formation here. Square clouds. Oh, look at these dots in it. Boom, 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 boom. Like I said, it's like dominoes. A Lego. You won't want to step on that. You won't want to breathe it. Don't look very healthy to me. It's not nice to play God. It's not cool. So I look back at our last family picture. I hope you looked up and smiled, because these people over here ain't gonna be too happy. I'm gonna give you a brief brush through of what's about to smack these folks up here. Cushington. Get some Kush. You do the tush bush of Kush. Made in Taiwan. Storm. Boom, 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 boom. This guy look like soy sauce. Get some soy sauce, guys. Wow. There's nothing to see here, folks. Barely gets the definition in the center of the storm. It doesn't look devoid of clouds. It dang sure looks K-band right here with a triangle craftization going on. Something's up there. Squares turning squares, turn squares, which I've explained before in other live videos, which I'll do again. But I have to be able to use gesticulations to explain it. It's just like Spragg clutches. Looks like a face, look. Who's that look? That's like Donald Trump. If this is putting the end to geoengineering, and I beg to differ. Prove me wrong. Anybody who says chemtrails ain't real on radio shows, I'm coming for you. Prove me wrong. I am. I'm coming for you. You prove me wrong. I damn sure could prove you wrong. Yep. This isn't healthy stuff. Ashkin, John South. Safe Dylan. Look at the bombs here off the coast of Gizelbache. There's some good meatballs at a butcher over here, I'll tell you that. Spicy and nice. Agamemnon's coming ashore. Batten down the hatches. You got some totals coming. Where did the sand go? There was a big batch of sand yesterday. Or the day before. Spread it out. At least it's clearer today. Look at the chem-bombs over here. Bomb, 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 bomb. My heart shattered at the border of that country. There's chem-bombs over the ocean here. Are you denying chemtrails are real? Well, what's this? This is denial. This is the only denial. Cairo. Hey, what's his name? A 6th of October city. What do you want to call this place? Oh, it's the 6th of October. Okay, that's good enough. Sheesh. Because I picked out the last name Deutsch is like a Corleone moment. Graf is Ellis Island, and they said, where'd you come from? And his last port of call is Germany. There you have it. Yeah, I got an Ellis Island name. Look at all these chem-bombs here going across the Middle East. We're supposed to be like a desert. You get some terrible totals coming through the Philippines, too. Oh, my gosh, it's bad. What's coming your way? And you got Chem-Bomb City over there. Yangon. That was the 28th. And Yangon. Now it's your sunshine all gone. And Ting Tang Tong and Bing Bang Bong has fucky uppy skies. Tinithari. I tried that one. Go to Cambodia. I actually know this one. It is Phnom Penh. Oh, my God, what a city. That's a hustle bustle. Absolute shit show, crime seed skies. When I zoom back and I look at the totals for the floods across the planet, crime scenes appear. Yeah, New Zealand, you've got some terrible totals coming. I'm trying to shy away from this. It's heartbreaking. So I'm looking down here, the Gulf of Mexico, tip of Florida. This is fat. Flat. They're in for a bad time. Carolina's already had a huge batch. That thing's moving up north. Nothings. Somethings. More, itchy titchy, ya. Can me bommy, ear. Yeah, we gotta put some locomotion in our ya. And leave our Mother Earth alone. Hey, oppressors, leave our mom alone. Boom, 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 boom. Terrible totals here, Fiji, terrible totals. But you know, their chemtrail flyers are the best. And we warp speeded them chem-bombs right in your nose in production without anybody's permission or safety testing. As I'm looking through the turf over here, these totals are very, very wrong. Very wrong. Do things that make you go do. Yeah, well, you know, Southwest Rock is going to be a wet rock. South wet rock. Right, that's about all I can take. My shoulder really is hurting. You guys are fucked. Right? You better get ready. Because the geoengineers have come for you again. Stay safe. Big love. Peace. And thank you if you want to help with my desk. paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. Peace.